Welcome to GP1 here in SFR, round 15 here in Brazil. I'm by myself. This is Rogue Smithy. I'm by myself here in the commentary box tonight. It's going to be a fun one in Brazil, always is. And we have a title battle. Looks to be just about for Red Bull. So we had crowned champion last week. We had SFR Jensen. IFR Jensen, sorry, not SFR. 100 points is the gap to the car behind, and with 3 races to go, that is impossible to bridge. He is now the world champion of season 9 for GP1. As we scroll down to constructors, it'll be Red Bull, 4 points they need to win the title. So if they just get 4 points, it's completely over. Which with IFR Jensen and Ecos Mike, they're looking very strong to do that. As we now load in now to the track for qualifying. Have you knocked them up? Alright, excuse me to put the brakes on the end there. I'll just get all this set up now. So we got the full track map, lap data, and that's it. And tyre. Obviously, as we wait for everyone now to, well, not everyone, just a few drivers to come out the pits as we look at the Mercedes and the Red Bull garages. 15 drivers tonight, with a few reserves. I believe Welsh Maldonado and SFR Martin. And we have someone coming out that looks to be VFR Laser. Yep, it is. And the Mercedes is coming out now here in Sao Paulo. He'll be the first to come out at the pit lane tonight. And here we go. You want to be very careful in here. It's very easy in the pit lane. Sorry, it's very easy to just lock up. And I believe IFR Jensen's came out as well. Yeah, yes he has. There's VFR Laser, where we saw a collision, well not a collision, sorry, an incident between Max and Lewis in real life, as Mike is coming out now, and the other Red Bull just need 4 points, so they could realistically just get 2 points, so you could get 9th and 10th with fastest lap for, well yeah, 9th or 10th with fastest lap, and you win the championship no matter what. Welsh Maldonado and SFR Martin, 2 reserves for tonight. And I don't think there's anyone else that is a reserve. As a few more are coming out now, as VFR Laser will be starting his lap. Opens the DRS. Oh, and Welsh Maldonado was already retired in the pit lane. I believe that is, as his car has not left the pit, it will be a pit lane retirement for Welsh Maldonado, which is very interesting, as Miltos now joins us. Oh, he's very close there to the Alfa Romeo. I think he was trying to get the toe, but it failed for him. As a few more start to wind their way around the final couple corners and start their laps. Here comes Mike, as IFR Jensen, currently on a lap already. We'll go right on board with him, who set a purple, no, not a purple first sector. Oh, little lock up there for Mike, and it's a spin for Mike in turn 1 here at Sao Paulo, and he has gone round, and he will be blocking the track, but obviously he's ghosted. Oh, and that looked like it was Melmer, and he's spun it, or she has spun it, as VFR Lisa sets fastest, a 106. It'll then be IFR Jensen to try and top that. He's currently in the final sector, And he's invalidated, so that will not be IFR Jensen's lap. As it looks to be VFR Laser on provisional pole currently. As we've had a few people spinning as well recently in this race, in this qualifying, sorry. One Red Bull got invalidated and the other one had spun. There's now GFO Miltos lets through the Haas of PVR Brad, I believe that is. Yeah, should be. No, sorry. It was Nazarus. I think that's Nazarus. I don't know. Yeah, Nazarus. And coming around the final corner to finish the lap will be Melima. But obviously they spun it, so it'll actually be VFR Laser who's pitting. Then I believe Melima's gone P3. Elixir Tarek. Yeah, that's who it was, sorry. A 1:08.2 second, 1.3 seconds off the lead time, as QVR Brad goes 2/10 faster as it's Nazarus. Goes purple final sector as the Ferrari is going to come across the line. It's going to be GFO Miltos who's starting a lap, then it'll be his teammate to cross the line next, who will be finishing a lap. And I wonder what he will set around Sao Paulo. And it'll be a 1:08.5 behind Elixir Tarek and QVR Brad. That is the slowest non-spin time. And SAF1 Quentin goes P2. Very quick lap for the Alpine driver. As it'll next be IFR Jensen, I believe. No, it will not. It'll be his teammate Mike, who will want to improve on his last lap time, but he will pit. And it looks like Melima is going to carry on, and it's going to be for Melima, provisional pole! 1:06.6. 666 there for Melima. Maybe a sign of things to come for him, but I hope not. And after this, it will be Nelly who goes P10 with a 1:09. Mike's in the pits. GFO Miltos, very close to the edge of the track there. He will set a 1:06.975. So 1/100th of a second between second and third. That is so good. That is such a close gap, and that's what we always want to see when it comes down to racing. As IFR Jensen probably pitting here. Yes, he is. He's running very late there. But after him, it'll be, I believe, it's Mr. SAF1 Quentin pits. It's Mr. G starting his lap. Comes through the centre S's and there's yellows in sector 2. I believe that'll be Melima, currently on provisional pole. Will be boxing, probably a spin, possibly a spin. Little slide there. Maybe the softs aren't the best. This track, as here comes Miltos. He'll be looking for provisional pole as he makes his way up the final straight, the big hill, basically, as he doesn't get invalidated for crossing the white line there, and he's quite lucky, and it's going to go second by a 10th now, instead of just about 100th. In third, he's jumped up a position and he's gone a 10th faster. Well done to him. It's Mr. G finishing his lap. Currently 1 minute in now, exactly, and he's on the final straight. And the banked final turn, technically final turn, but not really final turn, and it's going to be P7. Demoting Elixir Tarek, Nelly, outside the top 10. Mike now on his out lap. He's got a 1:30 after a spin on his out lap. Then Martin's just starting his lap. I wonder what he'll set as he gets the... He does not get held up, luckily for him, into the next corner. He set a purple first sector, possibly on for low downforce around here. Maybe, maybe not. That's his decision. Nice helmet there, gold. Like that, gold and purple. As round in the final corner, that looks like a Ferrari of GFO Miltos as he moves off the racing line for a Haas of QVR Brad, who will be on an outlap. So not really any point as into the pits. As next across the line will be Mike, starting his lap. After this, it'll be Nazarus and and VFR Laser. So no one on the lap here, apart from it's Mr. G, who is boxing, and QVR Brad, who is on one. Oh, and he's invalidated it there, turn 4. Very easy to do, and a big pain if you do that. So here we go, here comes Game Boys, and it's P7, sorry. My screen is not updated. That is my fault, completely sorry. So we now wait to see who will cross the line next. It looks to be Quinton, sorry, on an outlap though. It'll then be QVR Brad. As we scoop down to P10, I remember he has got a invalidated lap time, so really no point, as Elixir Tarek now follows him up the hill, hoping to get a toe off the Haas if he slows down and comes into the pits next lap and he catches up. He wants that top 10. IFR Jensen now, I believe. No, Mike. There we go. 21 seconds faster. Not a surprise considering he spun. And for Mike, it will be a 1 minute 7 P9 for the Red Bull driver. Great for him. And it looking to be VFR Laser now, actually next cross line. He goes P2. Great lap for him. Ahead of Miltos now, again into the only 100ths between them. After this, it's Nazarus. Here we go, he's invalidated and he's set to 1 minute 23 anyway. As S4 Mansell starting his lap now. Not really much here, as Melamed starts his lap. Yep, starts his lap. Who is on a lap, I believe. Who is on a lap? Oh, Quinton, sorry. He's invalidated. So he will be boxing. No, he's staying out. Following him is a Rebel, I believe that is. No, to Williams of Elixir Tarek, who stays P13. Unlucky for some. As a Ferrari's going slow. It looks like Miltos. Yeah, he's just letting Melamed through on his lap, who's already gone slower and invalidated. So they'll be going for another lap. Next up, it'll be SFR Lost Souls. No, it won't. Sorry, it'll be his teammate VFR Laser who's pitting. So is IFR Jensen, I believe. No, he's not. He's still on a lap. Here comes Nazarus now. Around the final corner, it's going to be P4 for Nazarus. After this, it'll be SFR Mansell. Here we go. Invalidated. Then I believe Elixir Tarek. He's going very slow in the second sector, going on the grass, and that looks like his teammate's crossing the line. 9/10 quicker, but not quicker than his teammate himself. Is Nelly, who's gone wide and invalidated the lap at turn 1. I believe Game Boys is next. No, it's not. It's going to be Melamed starting another lap after already completing a lap and not being too good. VFR Laser, no, it's his teammate SFR Lost Souls, as he comes around the final corner now, and he will set a 1 minute 7.3, which puts him P6. It'll be, I believe, IFR Jensen who goes P4 with a purple first sector for Melamed again. I'm trying to see who's crossing the line and who's on a lap. As we see SFR Mansell's on a lap. Just gonna quickly change to him. There we go, up the final straight. 2/10 quicker, that'll possibly put him P6, P7 maybe, if he gains a lot of speed down the straight, which he looks like he has. As after this, it'll be not his teammate, as yeah, it is P6. Only a couple hundredths between the drivers around him. I believe next cross line is one of the Williams. Yes, it is. It's Nelly again. Not a good lap for them again. As a little slide. Drivers now, as I need to make my way up to Miltos, I believe that is, as they set a lap P3 still. Oh, little slide there, and he's round, and he's into the barrier, and that is his wing off. I believe Quentin now is on a lap. No, it's not. It is actually in the pits. I believe it was Quentin actually. Yes, it was. A Ferrari's crossing the line. That looks like it's Mr. G who's starting a lap. Then it'll be SFR Mansell, as there's a Rebel in the pits. That looks like IFR Jensen. Here comes SFR Mansell. Will he set another lap? No, he will be pitting by the looks of things. Here's DRS closed. Yeah, it's a pit lane. Here comes Game Boys. He's going to set a 1 minute 7.297. Only 1,000th of a second between the next car and him. Mike now starting a lap. Here comes QVR Brad round the final corner. He's going very slow up the hill. Maybe just my game. Maybe just this game. Well, looks like something's up, and it's into the pits anyway for QVR Brad, who steams into the pits on my screen. Or was that just me? Might have been just me. As Miltos into the pits. His teammate, it's Mr. G, on a lap. We just saw him start a lap. Oh, and he's invalidated it. Looks like Esteban Martin now starting a lap on his... This looks to be his final lap. No, he has another chance after this. Everyone has another chance. That's why people are probably pitting. If we have a look, Esteban Martin is going to stay out. This will probably be his final lap. It's Mr. G stays out. Probably another final lap for him. Here we go. Game Boys. Will he pit and try and get out again? Our fastest drivers here in GP1, I believe they will be able to get out again. As Mike comes around the final corner going very slow. Looks like he's ran out of fuel or something like that, as he's P12. Doesn't even start the lap. Another lock up. You can hear the screech of the tyres. As next across the line, it looks to be Elixir Tarek, who's starting a lap. Then it'll be Nazarus, who will be starting a lap. Everyone now just coming round to start a lap, and here's Martin. SFR Martin invalidated his lap, and that is not the best for him, considering he's in P11. But it might actually be best, maybe tactical ball for Martin, as that looks like a Ferrari. It's Mr. G, it is 9/10 slower. He's got Mike and Martin to aim for. 5/10, 6/10 ahead. So P13, 2/10 slower. I believe it is SAF1 Quinton starting a lap, and it is. IFR Jensen is behind his teammate in the Red Bulls, as here comes Mike starting his lap. His final lap this will be. Possibly, no it won't, it might, no, yeah, it won't be. So he's got another lap in him if he invalidates this. S4 lost souls now. He's coming across the line, and he possibly could have invalidated both laps, and he has invalidated both laps. As SFR Mansell comes across the line to start his lap 2/10 quicker apparently. I highly doubt that, as both of the Williams actually, and it's invalidated anyway for Elixir Tarek, as Nelly does not invalidate, and Nate Nazarus goes P6. Then it'll be VFR later on an outlap though, as we now watch Melamed on an outlap. DRS open for him, and there looks to be a Ferrari spawn. No, it isn't. It's just slowed down, but it's Mr. G. It'll actually be next across the line. Looks to be SAF1 Quentin, who's invalidated anyway. So he's got another lap in him anyway. As into the pits, SFR Martin. He does not believe he can go quicker, as he can't get out in time again. QVR Brad, the only other remaining Haas in the session, after Welsh Maldonado retired in the pits in the first second. As there we go, QVR Brad, a full second quicker, but invalidates his lap time, so it doesn't count. IFR Jensen getting... Oh, it's IFR Jensen on provisional pole! Getting the toe from his teammate on the final corner, on the final straight, sorry. SFR Mansell, will he go better than that? Melamus left the session. 5th for Mansell. VFR Laser stays P3. GFO Miltos starts his final lap. Now it'll be VFR Laser. See if you can get P2 from Melamed, and it will be P3 still, as he now goes very wide into turn 1. Maybe just a better exit line, maybe not. As here we go, and the Williams is invalidated. As now it's Nazarus. As who was that going very wide there? It was Mike. So it's Nazarus into the pits. He believes he can't go faster. Is there one more driver there? Yes, it is. It's Quinton, and he goes P7. Jumps Nazarus, who just retired at that second. Next cross line, it'll be QVR Brad. He's on a lap. He's invalidated anyway. So P6 for Brad, as he just does not make it across the line. So it's going to stay P6 for Brad. 1.5 seconds slower on that lap. After this, it'll be Lost Souls coming around the final straight now. Actually, not coming around it. He's on the final straight, and it's going to be for Lost Souls. Not going to be better, and it is actually going to be better. Sorry, and it's going to be P9 as GFO Miltos goes a full 10th quicker. Then the Red Bull as VFR laser across the line, full second slower. Sorry, as this for Mansell looks, and it's an AI, and that'll be it. Unless Mike can do nothing, anything. Sorry, as no, he cannot do anything. He's in the pits. Quinton now. Invaldes at both laps, I believe. Only 200. That P5 to P7 is really close. P5 to P8 actually is really close. That's very good for a good battle looking to be. Space as this in him, which I do not believe he does unless this is it's a lobby glitch. He did cross the line before the flag. That is his AI controller. We could have had this yesterday. That is why we waited in GP2 a little longer, as we've got a lobby glitch. Unless no, it's not. It is just him pitting. I had a heart attack there. Oh my god. As there we go. Miltos on pole. Believe it was Melamer second. Or Jensen. No, it was Jensen second, then it was Melamer. After this, it was... I'm just going to invite Melamer again. I'm just going to double check. I have got him. No, I'm not going to go to game base. Right, anyway. So, GFO Miltos on pole. IFR Jensen second. Melamer in P3. P4 VFR Laser. Mansell P5. QVR Brad P6. Quinton P7. Nazarus P8. Lost Souls P9. And rounding off your top 10 is Game Boys. Now starting off outside the top 10 is going to be Martin, Mike, Mr. G, Nelly, Tarek, and Welsh Maldonado, who retired at the very start of the session. So everyone outside the top 10, as I'm sure you're all aware, will have any free tire of their choice. Anyone inside the top 10 will not. So we have got I'm sorry I didn't see this earlier, but we have actually got a wet race. So we've got a dry quali, and start of the race wet, mid race dry, and race wet at the end. And this, it's the magic of Sao Paulo. There we go. We can see what the pit stops will be, as IFR Jensen either starts or will go on to the Inters. That is that's what I like. You can see the strategies before you can even guess it. So I'm guessing around lap 5ish. I'm guessing it'll go dry, so that'll be softs or mediums. Then you'll have to plan actually. You'll have to go from inters to either mediums or softs, and you're gonna have to wait it all the way to the next wet period. Then it'll be dry. I'm just gonna double check the weather. Sorry. Okay, so it's dry quali. Starts of the race wet, mid race dry, and race wet at the end. As yet, it is inters as the first light as GFO Miltos, and they're all very tentative going away off the line. As there's not really any connection from my end. I've had a bit of connection issues today. Squash Maldonado going very slow, trying to warm up his tyres probably, as we're actually going to focus on Miltos and Jensen, as Melamer not controlling his car. As there is your stop for you, 2 inters, but it's not going to be 2 inters because we're going to have a dry period, possibly lap 5ish, I reckon, or lap 10. If we're lucky, we'll have that. But we have got a wet end to the race. And GFO Miltos now number 55. Well, he's not. I don't believe he's number 55 usually, but he joined Carlos Sainz middle of the session. little drift there from him. Melamed still hasn't got control of his car. As we look our way down the order to see if there's any spins. Nope, no spin. Luckily, as these are all actually quite skilled drivers. I don't expect any spins on the formation lap, but I mean, you never know. You never know. It might happen. Happens to the best. And GFO Miltos here, warming up his tyres, as we actually don't see Melamed, and there we go, there we see Melamed, there we see Laser, Mansell, QVR Brad, Quinton, Nazareth, Lost Souls, and Game Boys. So Martin, Mike, Mr. G. Oh, and they've both been disqualified for having a collision on the formation lap. So you will see them as you line up to the grid now. Their tyres will be stone cold. And that will not be great for the conditions on the start of the race for them. As we see Miltos now lining up just after the finish line. Not like, actually like most tracks, here we go. As the final car comes into position. AI for Elixir Tarek. There we go, and he's back in. As rolling up to the grid is Welsh Maldonado. Looks all good. There we go. We see the balaclava of GFO Miltos. As we now wait for the light, and I wonder what is happening as there's yellow flags in the background. Now it's green. There's no driver there. Huh. This is weird. I wonder what's happening here. If this is a lobby restart, this is not really the best. So we're now just going to get rid of the time tower for now until we can go. Ah,